Good morning. My name is Seethal, currently doing MSc Psychology from Central University of Karnataka. So today I am going to talk you about reliability and the different types of reliability. We all are familiar with the term reliability. With a standardized test, when a change is signaled, it must be the aspect of the psychological environment which is changing and not the instrument itself. So in other words, we can say that a test must demonstrate consistency or reliability. Reliability refers to a measure's consistency in producing results on similar different comparable occasions. Other definition is that it is defined as the property by which test measures consistently what they are trying to measure. So, any kind of measuring device, whether it's a tire gauge, a stopwatch or a psychological test, it should be reasonably consistent. High reliability indicates high consistency and low reliability indicates inconsistency. So, next we can move to the different types of reliability. There are mainly 5 types of reliability was mentioned here. They are test-retest reliability, alternate form reliability, split half reliability, internal consistency and inter-rater reliability. It is also known as inter-observer reliability. First of all, we can talk about test-retest reliability. In the test-retest method, we consider the consistency of the test results when the test is administered on different occasions. In other words, we can say that the same test is administered to the same participants twice and the two scores compared using a form of correlation procedure. Generally, a Pearson product moment correlation coefficient was calculated on these data to find out the reliability coefficient directly. For example, if we wanted to check the test-retest reliability of a newly developed test of assertiveness, we would ask a group of subjects to take the test on 2 occasions, probably a few weeks apart. The underlying assumption is that assertiveness is a fairly stable aspect of personality that won't change in a matter of a few weeks. Thus, changes in participant scores across the 2 administrations of the test would presumably reflect inconsistency in measurement. This is about test-retest reliability. We can now talk about alternate form reliability. When there is a danger of straightforward repetition producing a misleading reliability measure, 2 different forms of the test can be given to the same participants and the scores correlated. This is referred to as alternate form reliability. The correlation between the scores obtained on the 2 forms represents the reliability coefficient of the test. The alternate form method of estimating reliability is the closest approximation to the method suggested by the parallel test model. The key to this method is the development of alternate test forms that are equivalent in terms of content, response processes and statistical characteristics. It is also known as equivalent form reliability or parallel form reliability. For example, alternate forms exist for several tests of general intelligence. These alternate forms commonly are regarded as equivalent tests. The alternate forms method of estimating test reliability involves administrating one form, example form A, of the test to a group of individuals. Next, administrating an alternate form, like example form B, of the same test to the same group of individuals. And last, correlating scores on form A with scores on form B. So, the correlation between scores on the 2 alternate form is used to estimate the reliability of the test. Now, we can talk about split half reliability. In this variant, a psychological test which consists of several items or questions can be split so that items are divided randomly or by odds and evens into 2 sets comprising half the complete test each. If the test is reliable, then people's scores on each half should be similar and the extent of similarity is assessed using correlation. Split half method of estimating reliability provide a simple solution to the 2 practical problems that plague the alternate form method. They are the difficulty in developing alternate forms and the need for two separate test administrations. The split half method of estimating reliability thus involves administrating a test to a group of individuals and splitting the test in half, correlating scores on one half of the test with scores on the other half. So, the correlation between these two split halves is used in estimating the reliability of the test. For example, administer a 100-item vocabulary test to a group of subjects and then for each person obtain 2 scores. The number of items correct on even numbered items and the number of items correct on odd numbered items. We can then correlate the two sets of scores. The results of the two sets are then compared and the results are almost identical, indicating high split half reliability. So, this is about split half reliability. Now, we can talk about internal consistency. The internal consistency of a test refers to the intercorrelations among items within the same test. If the test is designed to measure a single construct and all items are equally good candidates to measure that attribute, then there should be a high correspondence among the items. For example, in the 100-item vocabulary test mentioned earlier, you would either know the meaning of a word or you would not. If the items have a perfect internal consistency, they would be perfectly related to each other, so that people taking the test would either get a perfect score or a 0. Now, we can talk about inter-rater reliability, variously referred to as scorer reliability, judge reliability, observer reliability, inter-scorer reliability, etc. It refers to the extent to which independent observers agree in their observations. Inter-rater consistency may be promoted by providing observers with the opportunity for group discussion along with practice exercise and information on observer accuracy. Also increased by providing clear definitions about behaviors and events to be recorded by training observers and by providing feedback about the accuracy of observations. Inter-observer reliability is accessed by calculating percentage agreement or correlations depending on how the behaviors were measured and recorded. For example, there are tests such as test of creativity and projective test of personality which leave a load to the judgment of the scorer. In fact, such tests are in much need of scorer reliability as the more usual reliability coefficients. So, this is about reliability and the different types of reliability. These all other references are used to find out the informations regarding reliability and the different types of reliability. Thank you everyone for listening to me.